Alright guys, after a failed mission, a failed day, we've gotten green midnight here. So, I mean, green midnight shouldn't be too bad. We've done it before, we've done it once. This should be same thing again. Alright guys, so at least for this midnight ordeal mission, I'm gonna try to just play it without the commentary. Everything is just gonna be the same. I'm just gonna play it and then try to get to midnight if we and there are several factors that I am considering, whether we get a violent midnight, whether we get like if someone dies, how many people die, and just what kind of what abnormalities escape. I think at this point I think we can handle everyone except maybe Melting Love, but Melting Love shouldn't escape that easily. And other than that, I think we're just gonna start and then I'm just gonna like run the game. I'm gonna like record it, but if we fail, I'm just gonna show like how we failed, but it's gonna be edited. It's gonna be, I feel like this midnight ordeal, I think we got lucky in the first fight, since the first that fight we got green midnight, and then I think like first of it we didn't have the smiling mountain of smiling body to deal with. Well, actually we did, but like I think I thought about it like pretty early, in that I just killed every single clerk and then we succeeded that way. And I think I'm gonna do the same here. Just kill every single clerk and then we're gonna try to aim for a green midnight. If not, the orange midnight is fine. And then yeah, I'm gonna try it and let's see how it goes. Alright guys, after a failed mission, a failed day, we've gotten green midnight here. So, I mean, green midnight shouldn't be too bad. We've done it before, we've done it once. This should be same thing again. Yeah, that should be short. Hey. Move out. We've dealt more than half of the... Okay. The new ALF weapons are actually pretty good. Oh, this beam doesn't hit the abnormalities. Okay. Gonna wait. The movie in here. Let's go in. I guess it's weak to black damage, and we have 3 black ALF weapons, so there's that. That's pretty good. Alright, I think we're gonna just call it here. Extract, I mean... Yeah, I can't do the extract stuff unless I get an HE or HE. Probably an HE abnormality would help me with that. Lost someone. That like I ordered it, and then I canceled everyone else, and then I would like for the orange dusk, I ordered the attack, and then and I was like, wait, I'm attacking too many enemies at once. I should just stay safe and then wait for them to come to me. And then I I forgot to cancel the control team, so we lost Joy, but yeah, that was my bad. Lost Joy. Okay, we have some 120s. Well, one loss we can take. It's fine. If you feel an abdominal pain and a tingling sensation in your neck, the best thing you can do now is look at the great blue sky you'll never get to see again. The moon bewitched the man, yet in reality it is the man that despairs at the moon. Where does one go when they die? I mean... try this one. Oh, I was recalling the sound of her footsteps. While they were cliché. While there were clichés, you sometimes made the results more exciting by acting in unexpected ways. Still, the endings were all the same, no matter how the process went. You want me to share some memories through a hologram? It's simply too good for me to watch alone. This here was you in a mess when there was no such thing as a cognition filter. I didn't know that a human's mental capacity could be so weak back then. You did alright the first couple times, but then, one day... Well, at that time it was a little funny, I'm sorry. You made it so far, but you weren't able to escape from that absolutely useless sense of guilt and hung yourself. Well, you were stopped immediately though. Then at this time, you were not fully prepared. That's when I started to realize that it didn't matter if you were mentally whole or not. What mattered was that you needed to find realization about something to stop this endless cycle. Oh, at this time here, all of a sudden you began apologizing to me. That was... I didn't enjoy it. I feel like this choice is like, it's just an illusion of choice. Are you starting to enjoy this? I would love to see more, but let's stop here for today. You might see something that you're not supposed to witness, yet if we continued. Chesed. It's quiet, isn't it? Take a good, long look at this silence. Manager, have you ever gotten up early to walk the streets at the crack of dawn? I think this moment right now is equivalent to that dawn in the outside world. The abnormalities are currently in torpor due to the heightening of Clifford's deterrence during off hours. Meanwhile, the employees are steeling themselves for when fate decides whatever will happen to them. When the level of deterrence is weakened, the power of the suppressed origins will soon wake them. It's always so hard to believe that a place as quiet as this will just soon be engulfed by pandemonium. Oh, how nice it would be to keep this tranquility. How many times do we have to fail? How much more must we be accustomed to the darkness to finally encounter the light? Good morning, Chester. Ah, yes. Good morning, buddy. Good luck with your duties as always. Mr. Chester, I've been thinking, and I feel that I truly am lucky to be assigned to the welfare team. Just getting into Lobotomy Corporation was really competitive. But being assigned to this team is like a miracle. You know brown nosing won't gain you anything. Just think of it as flattery, sir. There really is no one who cares more about their employees like you do, Chesed, sir. I mean, just look at the department on the other side of her layer. Nah, that's not necessarily true. Just want to say I appreciate you and the many things you do, sir. Sorry for keeping you so long. I will be going now, Chesed, sir. Hi. Go get yourself ready for the day. For many days, I consoled myself by saying that I wasn't doing that bad for Sephora. I never put my employees on the verge of death like a certain Red Clan miss someone did. And then managed to be flexible with various situations most of the time. Getting mad at someone for breaking a rule or two, or agreeing with someone who claimed to make this place better. When I take a step back and look at it all, I just can't help but think, what's the point of it all? Of course, I hope to send them off in peace as they were just meant to die anyway. Meanwhile, I was hiding the biggest lie of all inside. Yet I've been playing the role of a good leader, knowing that it was all a falsehood. Lady Angela knew this too. She knew that I would never be the great man who would expose every little secret of this place to the employees, and try to overthrow the system and plot. Well, I mean, I just wanted to avoid pushing her buttons. Working as the head of the welfare department, I actually never cared about the welfare of our employees at all. I was so afraid. Angela stopped any seeding of doubt or inquiry about the nature of this place by killing off employees indirectly. And I eventually decided to cover my eyes and ears, and help Lady Angela with her affairs without questioning them. I thought that was I thought that was the sound of the suppression, but I guess it's not. Hey Chesed, we have an emergency. You heard the status report, right? The abnormalities have gone out of control. I don't know what happened, but we need to retake control of the situation right now. I thought you didn't want to speak with me. What's gotten to you, Gabra? You're able to control the deterrence, aren't you? We need to increase the level of Clifford's deterrence right now. Angela will call the rabbits if the rest of the abnormalities aren't suppressed. I want to wrap things up on my side of the facility. But, Gabra, no one is allowed to touch the controller of Clifford's deterrence without Lady Angela's explicit approval. You know that? So you don't want to do it. You little coward. Do you really think you can just get over every situation by going through the motions? I hope you continue to rot until the day you die, succumbing to your fears like the servile bastard you are. Choke on those sugar-coated words your employees feed you. It's been a while since I've been grabbed by the collar. Chesed? You knew I was coming, didn't you? Seems you know me all too well. Perhaps you are the one who understands me most among our Sephiroth. Weaken the Clifford's deterrence, Chesed. What do you have up your sleeve this time, man? Do you want to ask for the reasons again? After all this time? Gabra and the other employees are fighting right now. You know that, right? Indeed, Gabra is... Sorry, this is quite humorous to me. I didn't know you would talk about Gabra. You should know, you've seen her for yourself. Gabra has failed to control her enmity and has now lost her way. What I'm saying is, she's not fighting for some grand ideology. You should know best how she stands. Everyone has their own battle in this place. But I can't seem to shake off this feeling that I'm the only one who just observes this situation from afar, not taking any action. I thought you enjoyed those kind of things, Chesed. Taking in a cup of coffee, enjoying the peaceful day listening to your classical music. I would think that I'm providing the right environment for you. No? It seems our conversation has run on longer than I expected. Let me tell you one last time. Lower the deterrence. What is the lower cliff's deterrent? I guess lowering the cliff's deterrence would lower the cliff's meltdown? I'm actually a little bit confused about what's the difference between the deterrence and the, like, what's the relationship between the deterrence and the meltdown? Alright everyone, let's make the best of today as always. Open the door. Who are you, ma'am? Your taste in music is rather classy. Quite different from mine, however. I apologize. Oh, this is Bina? Or what was she known? What was her former name? I don't remember, but anyways. I apologize. I didn't think you would open the door for me, so I simply walked in. How did you get inside? Do I know you? I arrived from the head. I was so desperately looking for you all. The reason why I came all the way here is, well, let's just say that I have showed up to play my favorite music. Excuse me, you there. Can you tell me the name of this fine gentleman? Daniel. His name is Daniel. Daniel, is it? That name carries much more with it than you merit. I would assume that you're the one in charge of this place. Open that section where those monsters of yours are locked up. As you saw just a moment ago, it's nothing for me to open a locked door with my own power. I'm just being polite after all, asking you to open the doors. It's only fair as you're the one in charge here. I urge you not to resist. Just listen to me. If you do so, a few of these people might be able to escape with their lives. No? It's easy to point the finger of blame at a betrayer. However, one never really knows what it feels like to be the target of such a thing until they've been in the shoes of that situation. Back then, a chill had come over my entire body. It was fear that I had never felt before. I had faced numerous experiment-intended abnormalities, yet I never had experienced my body being paralyzed and my blood curdling in such a way before. So this is the head. Boss, enough with the orders. Don't try and make me justify my cowardly acts. I'm ashamed for consoling myself, saying that there was nothing to be done after passing straight through the tunnel of defeat. I'm so struck with shame and grief, I can't bear it anymore. This body of mine is like a punishment for me, reminding me of my past. I can't even bleed from this body. I don't want to undertake dirty work for Angela's show or be a puppet who gets praise and applause from everyone. Nor do I want to be your aide who can't do a single thing. All of this has a series of shame for me. Manager, this shall be my rebellion against you and Angela. I'm the only one who survived, saying there was nothing I could do, that I was too scared to bear it by myself, that I wanted to save at least a few of my coworkers. All those are meaningless excuses. I think I'm going to die soon too. The head is on its way to get you. I'll see you again in hell, sir. How is fear able to dominate the human mind? How many people would stick to your beliefs and moral, right? It's not moral. Yeah, it's moral. How many people would stick to their beliefs and morals if they were to come face to face with a true nightmare? The answers to those questions are why no one can blame Daniel's behavior. Truth to be told, everything fell down the edge of a cliff the exact moment the head found us. Our last conversation came to an end with a hopeless silence. Daniel, he was intelligent and held a high social position, and showed more finesse than anyone else in our research lab. He had an excellent reputation from the people who surrounded him. He had a sly yet charming smile and humor. It would have been easy for him to get into any of the wings with his skills and personality, but he chose us, not the wings. Though amazing he once was, there is no doubt he died in despair and regret, cursing his choice. Seeing the dead bodies of his co-workers strewn about in front of him, not even having the single comfort of knowing that it wasn't his fault, unable to find any peace for his final rest. Oh. There is one suppression. We're gonna get the second suppression right here. You all might have noted, you all might have noticed, but we never had this kind of situation before. Those monsters were supposed to be slumbering away, but now they woke up all of a sudden. There's no need to focus on what caused this. All that matters is that we solved the problem at hand. Let me add a few words before we jump into battle today. I don't need cowards in my department. You should not let complacency waver your mind when you confront the monsters. You must arm yourselves with anger and pure anger alone to crush those monstrous bastards. If you object to any of this, I suggest you transfer departments immediately. I won't squeeze out a tear or mourn over you perishing without even your name being left behind. If you want your body and mind to stay comfortable, I'll kindly drag your ass over to the pathetic welfare team so you can chicken scratch your dishonorable name on the waiting list for department transfers. There's good reason why my department has far fewer employees than any other. However, I want you to keep in mind that this also means only the best have gathered here. Meeting over. We'll talk more when the situation has been sorted out. Gabriel is like a drill sergeant. Miss Gabriel, I think your mainframe has sustained too much damage. Maybe we should suspend the suppression option for now? The first is investigating the cause of this situation right now, so we should be able to figure it out pretty soon. I don't need a break, I can still fight. But in your condition... Shut up! I said I can still fight. Here comes Bina. 31 ego damaged, 17 employees dead and counting. And your body needs 5 or 6 parts replaced and repaired. It's not thrilling to look after a machine who behaves like a child in a temper tantrum. However, the Sephiroth of the middle layer apparently could not keep you on a leash, so here I am. You. Oh, poor little thing, look at yourself. There was a time when I had a pinch of admiration for that fire in your eyes. But now even that is smothered with ire and madness. It is such a shame that the both of us are locked up in this dungeon. However, I did not bend over or break my back at the very least. I imagine we will no longer have to face off with our lives at stake and be at each other's throats like the past, but I will say this for you, pitiful thing. Stare directly into the object of your anger. The edge of a blade that has lost its way will be unfathomably blunt, for there will be nothing but the void to slash, no matter how much the blade is sharpened. I hope you don't think I get some kind of satisfaction out of this, seeing my once earnest rival now looking as pathetic as a dog. I have decency, you know? Cutting, slashing, throttling, trampling, destroying. Sometimes I remember the faces of those who showed me true kindness. If I could just get the smallest taste of revenge upon those monsters who stole their smiles, their happiness, their future, my sword and spear will never stop their flurry. I see people dying in my blurred vision. They're always torn apart by monsters. Those dying faces differ from time to time. Sometimes they're strangers, sometimes ones I dearly miss, and sometimes I see Christopher or Miss Isabel. Whoever they were, I'm filled with agony. I'm filled with agony for them. Looking at my paralyzed leg and my severed arm, I scream and curse my weak body in a fit of rage. Then I black out. I'm so sick of this darkness. It is impossible to fight with such low manpower. I cannot approve your proposal. Please reconsider. Why should I approve an operation that will so clearly end in failure? If manpower is an issue, I can make up for it. If they're too weak, I'll make up for that too. There's nothing in the rules against the Sephira utilizing ego too. If you so wish, then I won't stop you. A familiar grip, the right weight, and practice form. This feeling is so distinct that it pulls me right back onto the right path, away from straying to wander like a road sign. I completely lose track of time when I wield my weapons. It was kind of funny to see Tiferet and Chesed with bewildered faces when they witnessed me return from battle covered in blood. No matter how hard I stab and break those monsters, they will recover sooner or later. Some of them wail and others scream. In battle, I also fracture and break some of my components, but those are soon replaced and repaired. What a perfect little hell, just for me. Okay, so I guess Bina was like the rival or the enemy for Chesed and Gebra. Missing your arm? Here it is. Think of it as a respectful gesture to a fellow warrior to leave you with one of your arms intact. I doubt she expected this, the tragedy she would bring here, caused by the oh-so-great ideology of hers. Right, so Carmen caused all of this? I don't know if it will ease your pain, but this happens quite often. More often than you may think. This is no less common than, say, a little seedling getting trampled to death. I must admit that you're quite a tough sprout, however. You even managed to thwart my plans a little. I never expected you would kill two claws, stop all the monsters, and finally come to face me and give me a fair fight. By the way, about those monsters, I cannot deny that they're astonishing things. Even after plodding through a hallway of your friends, they never softened nor tired. It seems you aren't much different from them, now that I ponder on it. Alright then, if you can still manage to hold a weapon and stand up with your own 2 feet, then come at me. I will not be broken. If I can't get rid of these damn monsters, I'll destroy the whole company myself instead. Then finally my aimless wrath can crumble with it and rest beneath the earth forever. Here's Gebra and Bina. Among the many fixers of the backstreet, she was one of the few who could go toe-to-toe with the head and the claw. She was called the Red Mist among the backstreet's denizens. That was the name she earned, protecting us from all kinds of threats and maneuvers of the outside. Michelle's betrayal. What? Who the fuck is Michelle? Michelle's betrayal led the eye to the den we hid in. Then the head mercilessly threw their claws at us. Instead of dealing with the Red Mist directly, the ever-cunning head unleashed the unstable abnormalities to slaughter us. The abnormalities were out of control, tearing apart our comrades who screamed in agony. All the while, the claws sniffed out their prey and snatched it. The whole situation was beyond what she could handle by herself, but she gave it everything she had to protect us. She lost an eye, one of her arms was severed, and she had numerous deep scars all over her body she could no longer heal from. Yet, she didn't give up, and eventually her efforts saved B and I from death. Collect her corpse. The cadaver demonstrated the horrendous, unbearable situation she went through. After a long time had passed, her eyes opened again. However, her anger that had lost its focus dragged her down, deep to the bottom. We had to reboot her many, many times. Alright. Let's go. New abnormality. Limit. We're gonna do this. This is an HE. Hopefully we get some bonus here. And also we can buy one here and then and one here, yeah. So that's 2 for HE stuff. And then we can get, hopefully this will get 3 more. I think it will. So let's see, core suppression. Level 8 and meet the energy quota. An anomaly with the damage our employees receive is detected. That is seems a little bit tricky. So I assume we take more damage. We do this and then probably we won't be worrying about the silent orchestra anymore. And then for this, I think, yeah, we have to fight the Red Mist. I think we'll put one here, so no, actually Tommy go up there. Mary here. we'll do this. So the damage they receive is probably increased, but I think I don't think it's gonna be that much. I mean, the pale damage might be too much, but I don't think it's gonna be like insane levels, right? Well, we only need to get to level 8. Okay, so if we only need to get to level 8, then we don't need to worry about midnight. I think that's good. Okay, we'll get this benefit first, and then we'll go fight Gebra, or the Red Mist. And I need like a strategy to, well, we'll see like how the Red Mist is, and then, but first let's do this core suppression first.